Gaps in your hardwood flooring will make it look so awful, you'll be embarrassed to invite your friends and family over. But luckily for you, there are things you can do to prevent gaps. And there are a couple things you can do to fix them once they occur. Want to learn more about that to help you save face in front of your family? Then I've got just what you need. But first, while you're here, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. Now let's talk about how gaps can happen. There are 5 general causes. Improper acclimation prior to installation. The wood needs time to acclimate to the end environment. And if it's installed before it has had the time to acclimate, the wood will likely expand and shrink based on the moisture in the air. Not taking proper moisture readings. How can you know if your wood is ready to be installed if you haven't tested, or worse, got inaccurate readings? Beware, and watch this video for best practice on how to get moisture readings. Failing to install the first board perfectly straight at the beginning of installation can mess up the whole job. In the beginning, take your time and do it right. It'll save you time in the long run, I promise. Failing to keep boards straight during the installation. Sure, the first board is most important, but the orientation of the others matter just as much. If you rush the job or skimp on this detail, you'll be back in a couple of months fixing the problem for sure. Not installing the boards in uniform just makes for a haphazard job. Take your time, do it right, and your clients will be raving about your job forever. Basically, if the gaps aren't fixed during installation, they'll always be there, so keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the best way to avoid this issue in the first place. Limit the humidity in the house. And this would look different based on the seasons. In the winters, best to use a whole house humidifier that is connected to your furnace. In the summers, run your AC to draw humidity out of the air. You'll want that target humidity in your house to be around that 40 to 50% relative humidity level. Keep in mind though, this may solve minor problems, not major ones. For fixing major problems, that's a whole different game. So let's say you've already got some gaps going on in your flooring. Here's what you can do about that. And remember, these are tips for fixing without having to redo the flooring. Sand down the floor and fill gaps with matching wood putty, then refinish the floor. Fill with wood strips, cut the strips, and glue in place, sand and stain. This one is more for if you have an old house with gaps. Fill the holes with a natural fiber rope. The rope needs to be slightly larger than the gap. And that's it. Hardwood flooring gaps can be fixed, but it's best to avoid these issues altogether, right? So if you're installing your flooring, be sure to acclimate the wood and keep the flooring straight. See you next time.